All right, so at this point, I've gone ahead and I've gotten all my color layers done, and we're on step 13 where we're expanding the canvas. So what we need to do is make sure we follow the directions here. It's going to be super important. It talks about percentages, not inches. If you do it in inches, you will freeze the computer. We want to expand by 300%, and then 200 for the height. So let's go back to our Photoshop document. We're going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and we are going to, if you take a look at the directions, you're going to put it as an anchor on the corner. All right, so let's go back there real quick. We'll anchor it, and we're going to change this to percentage, and we're going to change our width to 300. Our height's going to be 200, and we'll click OK. You'll notice that our canvas now has opened up, giving us nice, equal, even squares that we can move our picture around in. So in step 14, we need to duplicate the faces, but the first thing we need to do is select all of the pieces that make up our layer. To do that, it's pretty simple. What we need to do is come over to our layers panel. You can see I've got a ton of layers now. I'm going to select the bottom one, layer 2 there. This is going to be the background color. I should probably change that real quick. Background, select the background, hold shift, click on the top one. I've now selected all of my layers that make that up. I'm going to go to the magic drop down menu, and I'm going to make a new group from layers. You'll see it's going to be called group 1. It just simply put them all into one nice little folder. We can turn off this background photo, and here we go. From here, we need to duplicate the group and start to move it across the document. That's pretty simple. The directions ask you to select it and then go to duplicate group. Another option is to simply take that entire folder. You're going to drag and drop it onto the new icon. That'll give you a copy. Then you can get your move, your selection tool. You'll notice in the directions I put it was very, very important to turn off auto select. If you do not turn off auto select right now, you will mess up the entire project. So turn off auto select. No longer checked. The group is selected. Group the copy. I can then drag it to the right. I can then duplicate this again, and I now have another copy to the right. Pretty cool, right? So I've got 3 of them being made there, and then I just continue that process for the bottom of it here. Right? Move that over. Bam. You can use your arrow keys to tab up, tab down a little bit if you need to. Go ahead and make a copy of that. Our goal here is to get 6 of them on the screen. So then we can start doing our Andy Warhol style effect to it. Drag that over. So now I've got all 6 of my images lined up. If you go back, you can turn off the eye. You can kind of see where these are here, right? All right. Somehow we shrunk a little bit. One of these is off. There we go. That one. Come back. There's that. I bet it's this one in the corner. Yeah, it's off the document. There we go. Things are lining back up now. Move that over until you get that gap, and then you can get the very last one, and we can move that over. All right, so we got all 6 of our pictures up there. At this point, if you go to the directions, it's going to have you take the expansion or the collapsing triangle there and open it up, and you should be able to start changing your color. It talks about doing a control click on the thumb layer, which I'll show you how to do, and then I'll show you another option on how to change color, which is maybe a little bit easier. So here I'm in layer 2. If we click on the group, you can see it's that one. Some people want to go back through and number these as 2, 3, 4, 5. They're more than welcome to. But the directions ask you to do a control click. So I'm holding control on the keyboard and clicking on the specific layer within inside of the group that I want to change the color of. You can see that I have done that. And then I could do a shift backspace again and go to my color and change my color if I want. Click OK, click OK, and it's now changed colors. An easier option, it's not in the directions, but it is an easier option, is to double click on that specific layer. It'll bring up a layer styles panel, and then you can do what's called a color overlay. If you do color overlay, if you click on the words, you now have the ability to quickly preview what different colors will look like as you go through this document and work on it. You click OK. You're going to want to go through and pick a couple of the different pieces. So if I double click on the coat again, I can go click on color overlay and change to a different opposing color, and things will kind of start to come together. And you can see how you're starting to make this Andy Warhol style print as you finish through. So once you go through, obviously on an Andy Warhol style print, you want to probably alternate your colors so that they start to create a print that looks like that. So again, I've given you some different options that maybe aren't listed inside of the directions, but I think they're all doable for everybody. Once you get all this completed, you will eventually be exporting this as a JPEG and putting it onto your portfolio and printing a copy as well. Good luck. I hope everything goes well.